gon' jump, it's the weekend. Dream come true with the big friends. Hitting on doors, that's the defense. Rolling with all, that's the offense. It me change, you let me preaching. With a bull shaking to my maybe drop pins. Today on buy and I say, today on buy you the kid play, baby, tell me what you want. Julian, I know you ain't from. Ever since remember we been knocking at the door. Y'all be moving paper, we be running up the school. Y'all before that pillar, we was sleeping on the floor. West side Africa, you know the shit ain't cool. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Profit, baby. Come roll with me. As times relax, my mind's relaxed. I got now from who got next. Here's my number, just send a text. You got a man and she responds, nah. Okay, showing up. I'ma let you go, don't wanna hold you up. I'ma call your phone when I put it up. Whoever let you go must be dumb as fuck. Wait far. Girl, you so fine, I pay for. Fly you first class to LA for. Body so blessed, I pray for. Body so blessed, I pray for. Cause I don't care what you say. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Driving all night long. Why did I kill it? Night long. This the part where you get your girl, nigga. Make sure she focused, nigga. Make sure you focus, nigga. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, hit it. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Driving all night long. I don't care what they say. That's a hit for your ass, nigga. Hit.
Yo, what it do? It is your boy. Put this watch on. I feel naked without a watch. Shout out to Citizen. Let me do this. A little flex here. Oh. Shout out to Citizen. This is Citizen NightHawks. GMT time. Tells you the time in multiple places. You know, this is one of my many toys. We'll maybe do a watch video. Citizen NightHawks AT. And if I go, you know, literally to set it up, you sit it down and you have to have it pointed, I think it's northeast, and it actually pulls the actual time from GMT. So if I fly around the world, or when I fly around the world or fly to a different time zone, it auto adjusts on its own. Yep, not a flex, it's just really interesting stuff. But what's going on, man? What's going on? Let me crack this. This is my favorite Red Bull flavor too. I needed endorsement. Coconut berry. This is the white can. I'm not big on that blue color, but it's rather tasty. Tonight's episode is sponsored by Depraved Debauchery. Be prepared for it. How's everybody doing today? I'll take a sip and then start saying my I love yous. Remember, I'm learning the process now. Let's see what we got. And we'll be explaining the name stuff as well. Let me put y'all up in here. Another day, another dollar. Of course, everybody's boy, Lover Boy Linsky on deck. What up, family? Mr. O, you got in early. Mr. O is just living. You already know. The man that can edit your life. Danique Anthony, what's going on, my G? Blaze Brown, one of my day ones. I really like that picture of that salad in the avatar with the strawberries. It's very visually appealing. Who is this guy? Our family, knowledge, and relationships. That's right. Get the likes up right now. What's going on, my G? Every time we got to change your avatar, man, it made me feel like a fat ass. All right, how about that? Mika Marcel on deck. Mika Marcel, what's going on with you? Hello, Aisha Smith. What's up? What's going on? Let me do this thing real quick while we here. I hope everybody had a blessed, fruitful day. And even if it wasn't fruitful, you know what I'm saying? I just sometimes doing nothing. If you ever saw that movie, the new Winnie the Pooh movie, the live action joint, right? And Winnie the Pooh told Christopher Robin, that's what it was called, Christopher Robin. Winnie the Pooh told Christopher Robin, sometimes doing nothing is the best thing to do. Sometimes doing nothing is the best thing to do. So if you ain't do shit today, God bless you. You're a lucky person, and I hope you enjoyed that lack of doing, because it's definitely necessary. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So right now, I'm just going to be waiting for, we got a couple of the folks coming through. The other NightHawks, the other two NightHawks are going to be coming through very shortly, you know, but in the meantime, talk to me. Who's up? Who wants to jump in for a minute? Let's talk. Let's shoot the breeze real quick before we go to the topic, because the topic is actually going to lead in to the topic tonight for the main show, which is going to be, we don't call it Conversations with Queens anymore. It's Conversations with King, but it's ladies' night. It's ladies' night. So it's going to be pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. As a matter of fact, just to give you guys an idea of what's going on in the main show tonight, I'll show you myself. Interesting. They're not showing the thumbnail anymore. YouTube is an interesting place, man. But yeah, so the conversation is dickmatized. Dickmatized. Yes, sir. Do men use sex to manipulate women? Ooh. Son. And you know I'm a Brooklyn dude, so when I say son, it's not just for the fellas. Son. Do you understand the levels of spice? The levels of spice to this thing here? Dickmatized. Have you ever been? I don't know. I can guarantee you I've never been and never will. Oh, I got you. Knowledge and relationships, M3. Be safe out there. Don't run over any old ladies. Please, please. Take your time. It's going to be all right. Greetings, Lenski. Peace to everybody in the chat. Did anybody get to take a look at yesterday's main show yesterday? Or even the after show on my page yesterday? Anybody? You could put something in the comment. Uh-oh. We got the bad mother trucker in this piece here. Bad mother trucker on deck. She ready to lay down the law. What is popping? What up, Sherelle? How you doing? I should be your manager. You see how beautiful I made those thumbnails, man? You see how beautiful I made those thumbnails, girl? I made sure I had you glowing. I ain't like this avatar thing. It was making your hair look crazy when I was trying to edit it. So I had to find a nice one. It was going to be the one I used or the one with you in the tiara. But the one I used, it had the hair flowing, yo. You did your thing. You did your thing. And you stood your ground. And you spoke to a lot of people that needed to hear it. You get what I'm saying? And you did it with conviction and with tenacity. So well done, yo. You did your thing. You did your thing. Y'all can check out that. I literally created a series. Call it a series of clips. I created a series behind it because what she was saying was so pivotal. It was jarring to some, but it was pivotal nonetheless. You get what I'm saying? And it was enough to be made into a series. So she actually helped me with her doing what she did, conceptualize doing what's called the Speaks series, where, pay attention, y'all. The Speak series is going to be where the most impactful people from the chat panel, but normally the chat primarily and the panel, the ones that have really said some real stuff, made real impact, and might have been on the show, speaking for a prolonged period of time, we may end up doing a Speak series on you. Now, I'm not asking y'all, listen, I'm not asking you to come up and just try to show out and be fake spicy just so you could be featured. All right? Because we could see through that. But if you have something to say, speak your mind, speak your speak, talk your talk, walk your walk. And if it has an impact on the folks as well as myself, I'm going to feature you in there. You know what I mean? And I'll be doing like what I did with Truth. Like, yo, send me a pic. But obviously, Truth only has one pic. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. My man. Harrison Family Vlogs. Ladies, gentlemen, rocks, flowers. Look closely at this page. Harrison Family Vlogs. All right? This dude is the truth. He's also a brother from Brooklyn, that is extremely successful, not only within the YouTube world, but as a family man and within the community itself, and what he does in terms of his work as a therapist and a lot of stuff. He's boots to the ground. He's boots to the ground. If you see, I just put it up here. You see it? Harrison Family Vlogs. Please make sure you give the brother a sub. Check out some of his videos. They're very impactful. Myself and King, what was it, Sunday? We jumped on to one of his shows, and it was a dope conversation about the Matrix. It was pretty dope. Pretty dope. So, check it out. Tristan, what's poppin', family? My man. All right, I see you, Kim. What's going on? Kim 85. Thank you, Blaze. And her series definitely was impactful. I tried to capture it as well as I can. And also special shout out to Danique Anthony. It was edited by Danique, so you know what he does. Let me see what you got over here, Sherelle. 7 o'clock slot. Ha ha. Chef know how to find it, dude. Chef know how to find it, mama. Oh, yeah. But you did your thing. So, okay. The avatar salad was made by you. Salad, shrimp, pecans, strawberries. Go ahead, I see you, etc. Sometimes it's that etc. that gives it that extra twang. She made sure she didn't tell us the etc. That etc. is like Nunya. TD. Ooh. Robert Graham. What's going on, brother? I have to shout out specific people in specific situations. So I'm going to shout out Robert Graham. Robert Graham, there was two people, Robert Graham as well as Big Bad Bull. They both were my co-sponsors for yesterday's episode. They were graceful enough and supportive enough to send out a Cash App each for the movement. So I definitely appreciate you. I know this is not something that you have to do. And I understand that whatever monies that you send, I understand this, and I will always understand this. That money is not just money. What amplifies the value of that money to me is the fact that what you had to do to get it. What do I mean by that? What did you have to give up or sacrifice, which is time? I believe time is way more precious than money. Somebody could be getting 30, 40, 50 bucks an hour. Is that really a true value of your time? So if it was $5, $6, $8, $3, I'm still very appreciative of whatever you guys send. I sincerely appreciate that, and I understand that it came by virtue of a sacrifice of your time. So I just want to make sure that I reciprocate and give you a good time. Wait, damn. It made me sound like a prostitute. I got to reword that one. That's not good. Show you a good time for your time. I'm going to reciprocate, all right? And make sure you know that your time is worth it. How about that? Yeah, that was the ultimate pause moment. Hold on 1 second. Here we go. All right, little technical snafu right there. Today, what up, Mika Marcel? Oh, you already into the question. Of course, women can simp when they feel lucky to have that man. They be simping, and that's a good thing to me. Okay. Hold on. Right. So you to that. You know, the main show's going on at 9 o'clock. So I'm giving everybody a time to do what they got to do. Pour their drinks, get that dinner ready, twist up, do what you got to do. All right, Loverboy Linsky is about to do a run. April Carter, what it do? I know she already has a couple twisted up already on deck. I see you. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, Robert. And I see you do, and you always shout a brother out. So all I could do is hope to continue to provide you with that same, with the same level of critical thinking and be consistent. All right. Ron P, always a regular. Beautiful couple, the two of them there. Ron P and Mrs. P, aka Luminous Body Essentials. All right. Here we go. This is actually Harrison Vlog's book, From a Fatherless Father to His Sons. And it's available on Amazon. All right. Peace, Mrs. P. Mr. Tulilo, you might need to catch up on yesterday's show. I would say catch up on maybe the last hour of King's show, and then you'll see when E Black came on to my show last night. It's, if I move away from the question, when you watch, you will understand why. But, I want to give everybody an opportunity to actually see what's going on. I don't want to just speak on it. I'm big on actual gathering evidence and information on my own before, just asking around. So what's important is I want you to see it so you can make your own personal determination on what you think happened, why, and what you believe is the end result of all of this stuff. What the hell is my phone? Yeah. So that's important. All right. But you'll understand, Mr. Talilo. E Black is still loved. He's still part of the fam. All right. Queen Nita. You already know party ain't a party till Nita come through. Okay? A party ain't a party till Nita comes through. Yeah, I already know. I can smell that pack now. I see you, Mr. Talilo. I understand, man. I understand. It's weird. I'll just speak on it on that level. It's weird. Not being funny. It's almost like if you ever watch Game of Thrones and then you get so attached to a particular character and then it's like damn, they took Ned Starks out of the game way early, So is life, man. Only thing that we can do is understand how things take place, what takes place, what leads to certain situations, and then navigate ourselves, within certain ways. That's the best thing I could tell you. The original flower. Boom. I see you, Maricela. What's going on? How's little mama? Yeah, man. I appreciate you for understanding that. That's not my lane. You know what I mean? That's not my lane. If I'm a breakdancer, I'm not gonna step in some ballet shoes and try to hit you with a plie and shit or a rond de jambe. Nah, I'm gonna do what I do, and that's not my lane. So the gossip lane, folks that do that could keep it. I might talk a little something, but it's gonna be for educational purposes. Yes, yes. And here we go. A party ain't a party without the black light. Uh-oh, no sound, big dog.
My bad. What's up, my brother? How you?
Chilling, family. Check that. Hit that lens a little bit. You can hit that lens a little bit. The lens. Wipe it. It looked like it might have a little hair grease on that shit.
I got you. Say
yeah,
less.
I need a little tissue because I'm seeing the streak blurred. Oh, there we go. Woo! There we go. All right. My man, the boy ZB. Listen, between his avatar and Abraham's avatar, those are the ones I want to use when I send a letter out to collect money. That picture right there. That's that. Give me your lunch money. He giving you that. Give me your munch. Give me your money, yo. What else, ZB? All right. Yeah, Vic, stay turned up. You look, you about to turn up with the blue light.
Which way is up?
Right.
Shout out to you, Ryan.
So it's me and you in here right now. Let me see. Cool. So why don't we get a little conversation started. Right now we have 29 folks in here. Let me see. Trying to say 30 watching, 33 likes. Okay, but I'll say it anyway. Yo, get them likes up, please.
Fucking likes up.
Get them up. Get them up. Somebody in the well, what's funny is somebody in the comments that was watching the show yesterday, they literally were like, hey, Chef, you got to tell these folks more in the show to get those likes up and subscribes. Normally, I thought people didn't like it. He was like, nah, yo, you got to tell them, man. So I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to stop mid-sentence and just leave y'all hanging like this.
Hey, I think a lot of people, they just forget. They do forget.
And I think I'm not even going to lie.
Coming in the middle of the action, they already fighting like, oh, you ain't even about to.
Funny story. Only about maybe a minute and 45 seconds ago, I liked mine. I forgot to like my own shit. I forgot to like it. Yeah, but I'll learn. So let's talk, man. How's your day going so far, fam?
Man, just another one of these things, man. Compounding on compounding, trying to make it all go in one direction.
Understand. Saying praise out to the homie, Honey Wattz. My man Wattz is dealing with some family things, but I want to let him talk to you as well when he gets in. So this conversation that we're having tonight about can women simp? It was actually going to be a part 2 to the original topic that was supposed to be covered last night, which was simping versus love, or love versus simping. We were able to discuss it and tie everything that we talked about with the E-Black stuff yesterday into the topic. But the thing is, there was a lot of ground we didn't cover because we were covering the specificity of what was going on yesterday. So, with that being said, peace to Brother Clarence. Oh,
peace to the brother.
There, y'all starting to move up. All right. Now this chat's starting to bubble. I see you folks. They got their Twitter hands on.
Oh, we got daytime hours, you know.
Right.
I forgot.
Prime time. Prime Tizzy. Victor Ultra Blue. I got to make sure I send love to my folks, man. Get them Rucker.
Hey, Rucker.
Get them prenups up. Watch this. I'm going to do a corny dad joke. What would you call Mr. Rucker if he was on the line to join Kappa Alpha Psi?
A pre-nuke.
Yep. You got it. Pre-nuke. Dad joke, man. I mean, you getting old, son. That's a dad joke. That was a freestyle dad joke.
I can dig it.
Yeah, he would be a pre-nuke. Anyway, ba-doom-doom. Victor, she remind you of. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Shout out to Aisha Smith.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Tulilo, yes, I appreciate you. And I appreciate you appreciating the wisdom. Uh-oh. Stand down. Brother C.
Yeah, I seen in the comment section yesterday.
C on deck.
Shout out to you.
Brother C, Brother Clarence, let's talk to the better black life. He's got a channel. Go subscribe. Listen to the brother kicking.
I like how that sounds. Let's talk to better black life. I like that.
Understanding who he is, he's cut what I would say I'm cut from a similar cloth as him, not speaking ages, but if I look at him as OG, I'm cut from a similar cloth as him because he's from an existing tapestry. The life he plays where he's at and where he's been also is a lifesaver, peacemaker, balance bringer, part of the ecosystem's homeostasis. So listen to that brother. Brother Clarence is the truth. Peace, bro. Quantum Love. You already know she is the day one.
Quantum.
Day one.
That's a smart young lady.
She's all right. Nah, she good. She good. She been holding us down for the longest, man.
For sure.
Aisha, I see Rucker. Pre-Noop, I see you. All right. Editor to the stars and chef Danique Anthony.
Big Will.
Queen Ebony with it look like that little pom-poms in your hair. I swear it look like cat ears. All right. Well, what's going on? Peace and blessings to you, Flower. TD. I see you. He
like
said,
first day back at school.
Yo, he been using them Santa things. He said that, yo, you don't get them lights up. He's going to show the video to your kids of Santa smoking crack. All right. Sorry. Uh-oh. Oh, snap. Willie Dean. What's going on, brother? What's going on? You know, you're always welcome to the crib. You're always welcome to the crib.
Big bro, that's who I was shouting out. I just turned this damn monitor on. I don't be watching the chat usually, but tuned in.
Uh-oh. You got a kiss blown at you. Catch it.
I got you. You in safe hands, okay? You're all state. I'm gonna put it right here for safety.
Just rub it all in. Just rub it all in. Hey, Miss Mary, what's going on? Uh-oh, the Haitian princess is on deck. Natalie. What's going on? Yes, sir, Brother Clarence. All right. So let me throw this StreamYard link in here. And we got King on deck. We got King on deck. Salute.
What up?
What's going on? Music man, Mrs. Married, Natalie. All right, and I'm gonna pin the that chat stuff in there too. So what do you think, just off the bat, before we go into the meat of this thing? What do you think is what do you think about that conversation?
About the simping conversation?
Can women simp? Because we normally, when we talk about simp, remember when I put up the definitions of simp?
Right.
Which I still have. So I'm gonna bring that up too.
Let's review.
All right. Hold on one second. All right, so simping. There's two things that we talk about, and there's a reason I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna pull this one up right now so you guys could see and we could discuss this. And hey, before we even do it, our soldier's back. Our soldier's back.
Why did do?
What's going on, man?
What's happening? What it is.
Yeah, man. Before we go on that topic, man, we'll talk to you, family. It's up to you. I didn't go into any kind of details. You follow what I'm saying? You were not here yesterday and you were missed. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, but that's on you.
So look, this is what I'll say. I miss the garden. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. The two gentlemen that are up here in this panel, they were aware and understanding of what it is that was transpiring. They were understanding, and you know what I'm saying, they still rock with me. I rock with them. We good from there. So let's have a good show.
My man. I appreciate you, man. You're a soldier. And then we have another soldier, retired vet on deck. No, man, I'm taking you off screen.
Mr.
Nah, yo, I'm sick of that shit, man. He come in here and flexing.
Hey, man.
No,
okay,
you staying in the back room. Send a note, and then we'll read your shit.
Okay.
Damn it. Yo. Pretty motherfucker.
No tight shirts. Okay. We got
and see what he does. He does it from a different wing of the mansion.
Every time. Every time.
This dude is like, I don't know if he on the show or if he works for Zillow. He works for Zillow.
I've been asking you about watch flexes every time I see you, but now I gotta ask you, bro, where you get that robe from, bro? Bro, where you get that robe from?
Taylor, he made it for me. I did a video on. I got a Taylor. He's an Italian guy. You
got a Taylor.
So like, my favorite movie is like Harlem Nights, man. You remember when Richard Pryor came down the stairs in the cop? I say, I want that robe right there.
I can dig that.
The closest he can get to that pinstripe. It took him about 6 months to make it, but he made it. That was the closest I can get to it. But that's what inspired that robe. When Richard Pryor had that robe on, it looked like a suit. I'm like, man, I need a tailored robe. And he made that. I love it. I can't wear it on here though. They're stepping on me in the chat, man. They like it.
Mr. Daniel's gonna start sending people for you.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you can't hustle on my roadblock. You know what I mean?
Mine's fit though.
So yo, I'm glad you guys are here, and we're about to get into it. I'm gonna do a quick share to discuss something, just to get basic rule, right? Okay, when we talk about this thing here, can you see it?
Man.
Yeah. All right. Simp. Internet slang is a behavior. And for the record, just want to make sure y'all understand, when I speak on simp and the word love, I'm not going to be using the nouns. I'm going to be using the verb. All right. Because those are actually actions that take place. Brother Clarence, what's going on?
Clarence.
He's what you call the hood, the first responder. You know what I'm saying?
I got right in, man.
Yes, sir. Brother? What's going on, my brother? I'm glad you jumped in.
Brother
you
Clarence.
know.
Yes, sir.
Good to meet you. I've seen you before.
Pleasure to see all of you and meet all of you, brothers, man. Pleasure's all mine, man.
It's an honor to have you on the cast. So since you're here, please shout your page out. That's important.
Oh, thank you, brother Chef. My page is Let's Talk to Black Life, where we just talk about issues that are pertaining to improving Black life, man. But we gotta talk about some of the uglier issues, man. And so when you guys get done with me and you get done sweating all the stuff I'm saying, you can come and have you some fun with Chef and King and the rest of them, man. Have a good time with them, man, because we need everybody approaching this thing from every angle, man. So you know what I'm saying. But I appreciate that, Chef, man. Yeah, let's talk to Better Black Life. Just punch it in, and you'll see my. And I think the brother put it in the chat, and I appreciate him for doing that. So
and I just dropped it in there as well.
Oh, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Not a problem at all, man. We need more of you in these streets, man. Seriously.
We trying, brother. Well, we got you, man.
I'm still learning this thing. You get what I'm saying? I ain't get my Hollywood up yet, but as long as I keep reaching some folks, even if it's 2 at a time, I take it. It's a blessing. You know.
Man, you got Vic. You know what I'm saying? So
what's going on, big bro?
And King just shouted you out.
King in the building.
What's up, Big King? Yeah, appreciate y'all,
Yes,
man.
So
I'm sorry. Can I say something, Chef?
Of course you can.
I'm sorry about what happened last night, brother. I was watching that from home, man, and I saw that, man. I was like, woo, ouch. You know what I mean?
And you mediated the last time, didn't you?
Yeah, brother. You know what I mean? But you know what happened, man? I realized between Daryl and E Black that was something that I wanted that piece more than they wanted it.
I just want to say this:
Wow.
if y'all have the conversation, right? I want to be careful because neither one of them are here, right?
Okay.
So, but the thing is, because it took place on the platforms, I'm definitely open for y'all to discuss how you feel about what took place, like the way you were dropping it, as opposed to us assigning judgment. You feel?
I was really interested in what Clarence had to say because, like, he was instrumental in the mediation in the first time. You know, y'all went real deep in it that time. It got personal and emotional, and so I really wanted your thoughts. I thought you was gonna pop in on it last night.
You know what, brother? I realized a while ago. See, what E Black doesn't see is the times where the rest of us, we go to Daryl in private. We go to Daryl in private because we don't want to stoke the fire in public. So we say stuff to him in private, and we go to him and say, Daryl, man, you're just doing too much. You're doing too much. But E Black doesn't see that part. And so sometimes he'll feel like, well, you guys are just addressing me. No, we're addressing it on both sides. But but once I realized that Daryl and E Black, I wanted that piece more. See, I'm from Los Angeles, brother, so I know how quickly, and you guys from New York, you know how quickly something could just get out of hand, man. Just two people talking, next thing you know, somebody's laying in a casket. So I tried to jump on it because I didn't want it to get that far. I wanted it to stay, where it was just on the YouTube streets. And I didn't know, I know Daryl, but I don't really know Daryl. You know what I'm saying? I know E Black, but I don't really know E Black. And I don't know how far the thing could go. So I was trying to, but once I realized, hey, man, you want this more than they wanted. Because after we sat down and we talked about it and everything like that, shots was going back across both sides, right? So I was like, okay,
equal,
hey, we just leave it alone then. If that's the way they want it, let me leave it alone. You know what I mean? So
without speaking too heavy into them, I wanted to ask Mr. O particularly a question, right? I wanted to ask you, Mr. O, this question because when I listen to you talk, a lot of the stuff that you're saying is some of the stuff that I've been saying for quite a bit, right? And I think the difference, right, between yourself and myself, right, is you have this super composure thing about yourself, right? And I believe that I do as well, but I embrace the side of me that I acknowledge the aggression within me, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more than what it sounds like you do. So the question I pose for you is, for you, and I'm talking about for you specifically, we're not talking about community or nothing like that. I'm talking about you. But are there situations where you feel like you just have to stand on your feet as a man and just like, I'm not about to take this disrespect, buddy. Like you about to feel all this?
See, like for me, like and mind you, like you want to ask me about me, it's my own personal journey. So like growing up as a kid with glasses, living in Fifth Ward, we fought every day. And then saying that to like I worked through my emotions with my father not being there, regardless of him not being there every day to teach me how to be a man, I still had the responsibility, regardless of fault. So like I said, it's my own journey. And my journey is taking me to some real, like, I've had a gun pointed at me here in Houston at the club, and I de-escalated the guy with my conversation. But I've seen real guns in Afghanistan, in Iraq, and outside the walls, man. And like,
thank you for your service, sir.
Lose, and you learn when to invest those emotions and when not to. Like, it's definitely not sweet over here, but it's just not that serious. And especially on YouTube, man, like this is like, I don't know how they allow their emotions to get that invested when you're going here for a bigger cause. So You got to understand like what your intentions are by how you moving. And I don't think them boy he really like asked himself that. You know, it's like he moving like he losing focus, and that ain't what it's about. Because like we don't want to talk about them, but he's being tricked out of that. And for my own personal journey, man, just what I've been through personally, I know when it's serious and when it's not, man. And I can't put it no better than that. Like I don't. That's something that you gotta learn. It's a learned behavior, for real, for sure.
Now, and this is why I'm asking that question, right? Because we had this conversation here on this panel a few episodes before, but the reason I'm asking that question is because I understand what you're saying, but myself in my personal life, how can I say this the right way? Because we are still on YouTube, right? So there is an individual who I do cross paths with, right? Who definitely rubs me the wrong way. Now, me being like you said, going on my journey and realizing life, and like you said, I done seen some real shit. Okay? I done seen some things. There's not many people that be able to say that they seen somebody blow themselves up to try and hurt other people. You feel me?
Wow.
So when you talk about outside the wire and all that, I know exactly what you're talking about, right? So I know what real looks like. Now, with that being said, here stateside, right, being a whole grown man out here, I feel like we all as men have this line, right? We all as men have a line that we will not let other people cross before we have to how do I say, more or less flex our manhood, right? Everybody's line is different. Right? My line might be somebody stepping on my shoes, right? Your line might be somebody putting their hands on your children, right? So your line may be different, but every man has a line to where you have to more or less flex your manhood.
Well, like, so in my generation, we grew up telling mama jokes. You know, like that's how it wasn't and it never got like that. You know, it got okay. You know, when I offended Hanifa yesterday when I said I laughed when Daryl do that shit because it ain't real. It's a show. You know, he know what he doing. He tricking them. I don't think it's personal. I don't think he finna like fly the way he had, and it ain't none of that. It's just to get him to get a reaction out of him, you know.
So if we're talking about outside of YouTube, because the people that we're talking about, the people that we're talking to, the stuff that we're talking about is how they operate in real life, not on YouTube, not on the internet. It's about how they operate in real life. So in real life, when you have somebody in your proximity who you can't necessarily get away from, you may have to see on a regular basis because this may be a coworker. They may live in your neighborhood. They probably live in your complex. You know what I'm saying? Something of this sort. So you might not have the ability to really separate yourself from them. So these things start to escalate. So how do these same rules apply in that situation?
Well, we got to learn how to manage our egos then, man. If that's the reason, because like, the whole thing that we all talking about having these conversations is to get women to see us as the leaders that we are. And how are they gonna follow behind men that respond the same way they do? And you can't tell no woman not to do no screaming and hollering when you doing screaming and hollering. Like it don't make no sense. Especially when it ain't about nothing. So this is an ego thing. This is all your personal ego. And like I kept telling them, your manhood is not in question. Not once did I think E-Black was lesser of a man because some post that Daryl said it ain't real. It was just for a reaction. But to teach that, man, I think you got to teach how to manage emotion, how to mentally respond to life, like how to step out of it and do what's necessary. And sometimes it don't necessarily require you to respond. That's why leave him on red. Like, don't say nothing. Your actions should speak volumes for who you are. Like,
but you know what, brother, Mr. O, not to cut you off, brother. So please excuse me. I want to say it before I forget. See, the thing that keeps E-Black in the game is Daryl talking about his wife. Now he has somebody to answer for that situation. Daryl really doesn't have anybody to answer for when shots come over to his side. He doesn't have anybody saying, are you just going to let him say that about me? Are you just going to let him do that to me? He doesn't really because
Hey,
he
hey,
lacks.
hey, with all due respect, my senior and my elder, I don't think nobody in the garden is looking to rehash this situation at all. I know we just kind of wandered back into it, but we done been like 2 days strong on that shit. I'm through with it.
So let me say this, because of course we got the main show going on at 9:00. So, and we have a topic. The topic that we have, the same way the topic was safe yesterday, the topic is still safe. You know what I'm saying? One thing I do believe though is to, before we break bread and eat a new meal, it's pretty good to make sure that we rinse off the plate from yesterday's shit. You get what I'm saying? Make sure we don't have no crumbs from yesterday's stuff stuck to the plate. So I think it was definitely important that we all gave our piece and saw what we would have, because I didn't want to talk to the specifics. I just wanted to speak to how we feel about it. You get me? You know, how it made us feel, because of course we are also kings in this piece. And we can't only get annoyed by what took place yesterday, but we really, as strategy, see what happened. It's almost like looking at the fight tape, you know? So understanding how you feel and how it made you feel is going to be critical in terms of how we move forward and making strategic moves and understanding our perceived opponents and how we react to what they do and vice versa. You know what I mean? And at what cost? At what cost? Because if you burn your whole shit down out of anger, you lose twice. You get me? So that's all I got to say on that. But I'm glad we got a star-studded cast right here. You know, let's talk a little talk. Interesting conversation here. I'm going to bring this window back up. Talk about it. Simp. Simp, internet slang, is a behavior where a person, usually male, remember, usually male, right, is excessively deferential, engages in flattery, or does way too much for a person they like. That's what simping is considered, right? Right. So now let's take a look at the other one and take a look at this definition here. Love. To feel deep affection. And remember, I'm using the verbs, not the nouns of love and simp. It's the verbs. Love. To feel deep affection for. To be in love with. To be infatuated with. To be smitten with. To be besotted with. Or to like or enjoy very much. So we had simp versus love. I'm going to put something else up now. There was a conversation that was started in a particular group that I wanted to share with y'all. And you give me your thoughts about it. Let's talk about that. And I'll read it out loud for those folks that are driving. For any of those folks that might be driving.
What?
This was a post. Somebody said, right, making a girl believe that you like her just so you can have sex with her should be classified as sexual assault.
What?
But no one is ready to have that conversation yet.
And that is
That
like
conversation should never be had.
Game. That's all of every little boy's first piece of game is that right there.
Come on,
Hold
bro.
on, you gotta read that one more time, Chef. I don't think I took that in right. I might be reading that shit wrong.
When we was in high school or middle school, you was I love you, baby girl, I love you. And then as soon as you get what you want, you looking at the next thing. And we all did that in the beginning. If grown men are still doing that, that's a problem.
What is she trying to say? Where is the offense? Making a girl believe
Because
Can you
she
make
talking about
anyone believe?
manipulation.
So manipulation is the offense. Okay, so manipulating a girl into believing that you like her just so you can have sex with her should be classified as assault. Why? Why is it assault?
Yeah, that's too far.
Okay. Now, and I'm glad you said that. You said it's too far.
Yeah.
So I'm always gonna come back to certain facts and certain aspects of evidence. What if I told you that it's not that far? Here, I'm gonna throw something. There's an actual term that exists. When they talk about, and we're gonna have to use the terms grape or grope, grape with a G, please. I'm trying to make a little change eventually, right? So they have statutory grape. There's different kinds, and here's one that comes up right now. Boom. Put that up there for you. Can you see it? Not yet. Read that. Sexual coercion. Sexual coercion is unwanted sexual activity that happens when you are pressured, tricked, threatened, or forced in a non-physical way. Coercion can make you think you owe sex to someone. Now, let's talk about that again.
Oh, the slippery slope.
So coercion being manipulation in this case is a forceful act of something like that. Is that what we're saying?
No.
Because
No, I'm literally what I pulled. One was what you see in the white. That was somebody's post. What I just gave you was the actual definition of sexual coercion. It does not involve physicality. It doesn't. Sexual coercion is unwanted sexual activity that happens when you are pressured, tricked, threatened, or forced in a non-physical way.
Yeah, replace assault with that word, and that's what happened. Now the question is sexual coercion a charge?
So now,
yeah. So the example,
it is. Let me give you. I just want to address this part. Remember, the person that put that in there, I'm not aware of their literary skill set, right? So It could not be classified as sexual assault. It could be adjudicated with the same penalties as sexual assault, but just technically the name of the charge itself is different. But sexual coercion it's a real thing. That's one of the reasons why you can also, sexual coercion normally happens with teacher-student scenarios, boss employee scenarios. It's sexual harassment when it's just harassment, but it becomes sexual coercion once somebody crosses the line and they actually do something. So these things, it exists. It's real, right? So now, what were you saying? What were you saying, Vic?
I was saying that about the coercion being the offense and not assault. You understand? So it's like manslaughter versus whatever. So if you're saying the coercion is that, because she's saying it should be classified as assault, meaning that once it's classified as that, then someone will be able to do something about it because she has a issue with it that she likes someone else to step in on. So if coercion is something that the law can step in on, I want to know about it so I can stop doing that.
So listen, hold on. So let me clarify, just to make sure. Sexual coercion, it's used. A lot of the charges where people will go and try to push grape charges, they will utilize it. They will end up being dropped down to sexual coercion, and those end up becoming civil liability lawsuits where someone will sue that party or sue the organization or institution that person works for. They'll sue the college, what have you. It's not technically a crime, but it's considered an offense. It's considered an offense because
so you can be sued, but in civil, but not criminal court.
Yeah, because in criminal court, there's one of them is preponderance of the evidence, and then the other is they have a different criteria. So the criteria for civil court is actually wider. You can get a lot more in there in terms of the lawsuit than criminal. So forget about, well, you see what she said right there. Let's just talk about the idea, though. I want to see how y'all feel about sexual coercion. Let's talk about it.
Like self-esteem.
That's a big question right there.
It pretty much looks like anything you say that the woman feels that you was saying to her to get her to go to sleep with you, then it's pretty much sexual coercion, right? I mean, if you went to a nightclub or or a bar or something, that's all that's going on is sexual coercion, right?
Right.
Hey,
simple, lame little.
Does it have to be a man to a woman? Why can't it be the other way around?
No, I do it too when I wear them extra special pants where it make the crotch look chunky. That's coercion.
But Mr. O, what you just said is why I said it's a slippery slope. Because what's the difference between having game and coercing somebody?
If I'm tricking her out of her cookie by saying like, look, I got a mansion and you about to be my wife and I'm gonna love you forever and I'm gonna take care, and then I get some and then I block her. Like that's just some lame game I ran and she got tricked out of her thing, But if I'm your lawyer and you can't pay for your lawyer fees and you want to beat the case and you give me some, and then that's coercion. Like those are two different situations. She's against the wall. She don't got no money. She's trying to get out of jail.
That's illegal.
And the
What you
lawyer
just
says,
represented.
Give me some, I beat your case.
That's illegal. That's different though.
That's illegal.
Yeah, what you just mentioned, that's actually a crime. Your lawyer, your doctor, your tenants,
but I'm not going to jail for promising the girl that I was going to like marry her and then don't do it. Like,
okay, I got a question. I got a question for the flowers in the chat. Do you admit that there is a term called free drink dress? Have you ever heard of a free drink dress?
Are you gonna call them out like this? Huh?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, if you want to open that door, just know it swing both ways.
Yeah, I'm not trying to let the women off the hook with no accountability on this, because if you fall for something like that, that just means you don't know what to pick for some lame game. If you don't, they got to do better and see weeding through the type of dudes that try to play with their minds like that, like the baby, like he was playing with her mind. That's not coercion. That's just manipulating her for sex. But coercion, that's a crime.
See, that's what it say. The door gonna swing. That door swing. If you want to swing it, let's swing it.
But it gotta be where she felt like she didn't have a choice, or her life was in danger, or she felt she had no other way. That's coercion. Like you either do this or you out of there. Like,
it's a flower. It's a flower asking you to elaborate on free drink dress, Vic.
Oh, yeah, don't act like y'all don't know.
Well,
y'all know what that free drink dress. The free drink dress is the dress that they know they hang up in the back of the closet.
She ain't got no money.
On that night when she want to go with the girls, and she has no plans on opening her wallet for nothing.
Yeah,
she knows when she put that dress on, they gonna break it off. And if y'all act like y'all don't know, that means you the main one.
Yeah, and that's why the double standard come up, because you can't let them off the hook. They know what they're doing too.
Experts.
They better at it than the guys.
Experts.
This is definitely
Look what's on the screen right now.
Okay, so I want to hear. Yeah, if they're stealthing, yeah, you deserve to get kicked in the throat for that, bro. That's foul.
Smelling all sweet,
That's
skin
foul.
soft as new leather. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn, feeling like a goose down.
So
1,000 count.
here's a question I want to pose to, especially to the OGs, because we got an OG here. You know what I'm saying? We got some younger people here, so I want to see if the experience, if this is a common experience or maybe not. You know, but have you had an experience with a woman who you didn't have sex with, but she said that y'all didn't have sex because you didn't try hard enough to try and get it from her?
Whoa, what?
Whatever that means.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. This is my experience. I've had an exchange with the female, and we had a conversation about, you know, maybe having sex, and she was like, "No, I'm not comfortable with it." All right, cool, but we still went out. You know what I'm saying? Went to dinner, had a good time. Everything was like that. Dropped her off at the crib, and then, you know, a couple of days later, it's like, "Yo, like, you never made a pass at me. Like, you never tried to do nothing with me." I was like, "Well, you said no." It's like, "Well, you didn't try hard enough. You didn't try to. I told you no, and you just went with it."
Well, you lied. So you lied when she said no sex. You were like, cool. Immediately you lied because you definitely wanted to have sex. For sure, we all want sex at some point.
Yeah, for sure. But
so I would never. When a girl tell me that, I'm gonna tell her, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna apologize for wanting to sleep with you. Not right now. I definitely want to give you a reason to do it, but I do want it. Like, and let's make that clear. I'm not here to be your friend. My intentions of going out with you is at some point to sleep with you. Like, that's the truth. And you can respect that, or we could just go our separate ways. But that is what I want. So when she's saying you ain't try, like, they all say they don't want to, but you need to tell them, like, they do. They just saying, I guess they're trying to see what you're gonna say.
No, I got you. And that's exactly what the response is. Like,
don't lie. Tell the truth.
Ain't no lies for me. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to get your guts. I want to bust.
I wouldn't say it like that.
But I'm speaking vulgarly. I'm speaking a little vulgarly right now. You know what I'm saying? But look, I mean, that's how the conversation goes. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I do want to have sex. I would enjoy having sex with you. But one thing you're not gonna get from me is me pressuring that from you. So if you say no, then I'm cool. I'm gonna back off, and we gonna and whatever happens from here happens from here.
So where's the offense?
Huh?
Where's the offense?
No. I'm not saying that it's an offense. I'm just asking if you gentlemen have experienced that.
Oh, when somebody say this is the directive, don't go off the directive, you agree and follow it, and then they be like, why you ain't, you know what I'm saying, go off the directive? Yeah. That's a young man. That's a young man.
That's not a true statement. I know women. They know exactly if they will sleep with you or not within the first 5 minutes of
what he's saying is by misleading, by pretending that it's not when it is, by sending mixed signals and expecting men to pick up on it as opposed to obey your wishes, your consent. You understand? Some people are gonna say no from the gate just because they feel like that make you feel a certain way, but they don't want you to stop there. So then that's why men became persistent.
Saying that you gotta earn it.
You know what I'm saying? But now it's, say again.
I think that's just her way of saying you gotta earn it.
Oh no, just try harder.
How do you earn sex from a woman?
I don't. That's what she thinks. I even earn nothing. I'm just going
say it again, bro.
That's a great question.
I'm gonna give her a reason to see why she should do what she knows she want to do.
Hold up. I want to hear the question right. Yeah. I didn't hear the question.
My question was, if she puts you in a position where she feel like you got to earn having sex from her, what can you do? What can you possibly do to show her or earn sex from this woman? What can you possibly do to earn that?
I don't gotta
demonstrate higher value.
She thinks that I gotta earn it. I just got to change her mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's okay. Thank you. You led me right
Man, I'm in control at all times. I'm in control.
What is the difference?
She's in control, but I'm in control. She's not smarter than me.
What is the difference between what you just said and coercion? That is where I'm leading us to. That's what.
No, because like you gotta understand. Like I don't know. I know physically I'm attracted to the woman when I first meet her, and I might want to have sex with you. I ain't gonna lie to say I'm not sexually attracted to you. But for me to actually have sex with a woman, it's got to be something more than that physical attraction. So this is an opportunity to me to see if it even makes sense on both sides. So I want that same opportunity. I ain't finna wait and I ain't gonna play with you. My intentions are too, but I want to see if it makes sense to even go through with it. Because I'm not out here just.
Aisha Smith is manipulative.
Okay.
Mr. O, do you think, Mr. O, do you think that they probably know that you're trying to have sex with them? That's the whole point. You asking them out and
and don't get it twisted. They want to too,
right?
Yeah. They definitely want to have sex too. They don't want to come out.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. If they want to have sex and they know you want to have sex, why are they telling you they don't want to have sex?
Because it's a game. It's a game.
Why? What's the purpose?
It's a lesson. It's a lesson I believe that they learn. There's a term.
Right, especially in Houston, the finesse capital of the world.
But I don't even think it's about finesse. Hold on a second. I don't believe it's finesse.
It's just game.
I believe that it's ingrained. It's ingrained in the young woman, the young women that look up to their moms and look up to the aunties. Hold on a second. One of the things that they teach them is about, just like somebody learned how to do karate and wield a sword, there's a term called feminine wiles. They teach them the skill of understanding the magic and the power that comes from within that altar of life within them. And they make sure they understand that it should be protected, right? And what they do is they teach them how to wield their feminine wiles. Your feminine wiles are the things that certain je ne sais quoi, that certain special magic. It's an art. It's an art. And part of the art, they have to learn it. Why? They have more hormones than us. They got a lot more popping off. Estrogen, progesterone, as well as testosterone, right? Yeah, they got a lot going on.
And
do we really? But wait. Do we really believe that we are more horny than them? No. Okay, they are more volatile based on their natural hormonal imbalances. But that's why I say about the trick, their martial art of managing their feminine wiles, so they still can generate that level of mystique and make you, even though they may want it more than you want it, they're gonna sit there making you think you want it more than them, and all they're doing is just playing the counterpunch game. You understand?
Like our desire to have sex, it just feels different than their desire to want to have it. It don't feel the same. Our blood rushes down there, and then sometimes guys can't even think. But with them, it's not even the same feeling, man. So that's why they can sit on it and not do nothing for a few months until they choose. But
just sit on it.
They can. Girls are like, I want to have sex for a month. I ain't had sex for a long time because they can. Not that they don't want to, but they can do that because it ain't the same
that
feeling.
Pot get hot, bro. That pot get hot, bro. They had to dump it out, bro.
Here's the thing about what women are about by nature. Women are survivors, man. They know how to survive.
Let me throw this one out there to y'all.
So they trying to protect what's down there.
Let me throw this one
out. What
you
say, big bro?
I said, let me throw this one out here. Okay, so she tell you, I haven't had sex in a long time. But a lot of times what they're telling you is, I ain't had sex with you in a long time. They have sex. They have sex with somebody.
Yeah, you know, like if a woman tell me she ain't had sex in a month, I could believe that. But a woman tell me she ain't had sex in years, stop.
Well, I'm saying the average woman, not you know, of course there's a needle in the haystack that's really like that. But
don't let Terrell get on you.
The average woman has a phone call she can make at 11, 12 o'clock at night and have somebody over there and put the work in. So
Right.
That's why I'm saying. So,
Yeah.
and another thing,
Been
and
putting in
another
work
thing,
so
I was
long.
gonna
I just
this is
enjoy
another
watching other
thing.
niggas put in work.
You better
And another
believe
thing
every
is,
woman got a
why are
comfortable
we?
situation
Why
she
are
always gonna have.
why are we so amped for having sex with them, but they don't show you how amped they are for having sex with you? Why?
Because
It's a
that
mental
libido
game.
is so high when we younger that we can't control it. It's a sport for males at a young age.
Yo, Sherelle,
I
jump
got
up. Sherelle. The reason I haven't said her name because I think she stated that she hasn't had sex in a few years. So
okay.
She's a unicorn.
Yeah.
It's some
She might be
unicorns.
that neither.
It ain't absolute.
But here's the reason why. Here's the
Absolute.
reason why men are so sex crazy. Well, one of the reasons. This is why in relationships, why you are trying to have sex with women so much, and they not so much are trying to jump on you. First of all, most of them have many more options, so they don't have to be as they're not as anxiety. They don't have as much anxiety as most of us do when we're chasing females. We have all this anxiety. They don't have the anxiety because they have so many more options readily available. They don't even have to go outside of their circle to go get. They're coming at them. They got options coming at them. Number one. Number two is they control most of us with sexual tension. They can control most of us with sexual tension. So let's say whatever, if they say they want something from you or they want to go out with you or whatever they want to motivate you to do something, they do so most of the time with sexual tension, creating this high level of sexual tension so that you will always be chasing that carrot, right? I'm going to take you out. I'm going to take you shopping. I'm going to do this. I'm going to fix your tires. I'm going to whatever, because of that sexual tension is so high. Now, the question is, this is the question I got for all the brothers. The question is, how do we manage their sexual tension coming at us to try to guide us around?
By providing them the same tension.
Man first, man. Like
providing them the
that
same
stuff
tension.
you describing is like little boys do. Little boys in them situations. Women think that they in control. That's cool.
Not true.
Man, I'm telling you, there ain't no woman on this planet. It don't exist, man. Look, I gotta give her a reason though. And I know I'm gonna be in control of that situation. I'm not thirsty for it like that, but I can get whatever I want. I don't have them problems. It's everywhere. It's more than them on the planet than it is us. Right. So for them to have more options, it really don't make. That's definitely not true in my life. And none of the guys that I know, they out here. But the woman want to think she in control until you give her a reason. A woman going to date with me and she thinks she control and she telling me, look, I got these safety measures up and I'm doing the 3-month rule and yeah, that's okay. And by the end of the night, you're gonna be questioning your whole life, everything you knew to be true. Because I'm gonna take you down a mental safari and get to know you.
Do you spend time with the woman?
Uncommon you never seen, something you couldn't have prepared for.
Do you spend time with the woman who doesn't have sex on the first date?
You recognize your power as a man, a male, a unique being on this planet. You know your power when you're around these women, man. Like you're gonna be able to do that. Little boys can't control that, and they just virgin and sport.
Oh, Watt's talking to you, cuz.
Do you entertain women who do not have sex on the first date?
Look, I call it like an interview, right?
So he finds out.
First, it's one encounter where I'm gonna have a conversation with you, and I'm not gonna wait too long to do it. I got to do that as soon as possible. But I can kind of gauge if it's gonna be something there or if it's not, you know, and that'll determine whether I'm gonna invest further time or not.
Yo, Vic, take the wheel real quick.
All right. So look, this the game, right? What y'all referring to, what Big Bro Clarence was just referring to, is sexual tension and sex. But we talking about, can females be simps? Can they take on that role? And I think the difference between the simp and what you're talking about, Big Bro, is the difference between lust and infatuation. You understand what I'm saying? Lust is that sexual tension that she playing with. But once you get yours, you can roll over and get the fuck on and it'll be cool with you. But when you're talking about simping or that infatuation that comes from the love part, she can do that to you without ever giving you nothing. That's them dudes who be washing cars and changing tires and shit, and they never touched it. You know what I'm saying? Because she got their mind. They just waiting for their opportunity, thinking that she gonna have the paradigm shift, and when they the ones that need it. You know what I'm saying? So when you put the game in reverse, that those women that we're talking about have to be yearning for. It ain't about can they get sex. They can get sex whenever they want to. It's can they get the sex or the relationship or the interaction between the men that they desire. And most, like you said, okay, everybody is looking for somebody doing better than them. Then they looking up. They looking past us. You know what I'm saying? Which puts them in those positions to get played by that top 10%. Because those dudes ain't going for that.
Every woman will tell you she knows what she want in a man and how she gonna govern her life. But the man that she want, that's for her, she have no idea what that feel like. Not until he show her. And when I hear the word simp, I just hear underdeveloped male. I don't hear man. Like it's underdeveloped male, you know, and
related to females. Do you think only men can be simps?
Of course, it's a title that we created for males. So if she's the simp, then what they make me? How can she be a simp? I'd have to have the other role.
Well,
yeah, you be like the player in the situation.
Yeah, somebody has to be the alpha dog in the situation. So,
right, you're the object of desire in said case, the way you stated it. So then now you have mind control over her. You understand? You can make her do whatever she wants, including give up her body.
A female simp would be just a traditional woman.
How you you from Texas? You say you from Texas, right?
Say that again. Wait. You gotta let him repeat that statement. They gotta repeat that statement because that sounds like a capstone statement. Repeat that one more time.
A female simp, one that does everything to prove her the worthiness of being with that individual. It's just
you said it in a nice way to show it was a nice.
A traditional woman. A female simp is pretty much a traditional woman.
Thank you. He said it so. Now go ahead, Vic. I just want to make sure we captured that.
You know plenty about Pimp C. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Man.
Let me just say this real quick. I don't think that a female simp is a traditional woman because of based on Vic's definition that the simp hasn't had actual access to the sexual experience. So I don't think women are not like men. Women do not waste time with men that are not going to be sexual with them in most cases. They just don't do that. I mean, men will invest all this time and everything, but women are not like that, man. Women just be out of there. If you don't play the game the way they want you to play it, right? They're out of there.
Right. Now I wasn't making it the definition saying that there could be no sex. I was saying in most of those cases when men are involved, they haven't even had any sexual experience with that woman that they are simping for.
Right.
But it may be different in the case of the woman going simping for the man, but he may be using that digmatized in order to further his manipulation. You understand what I'm saying? What Pimp C say? Some brothers want the honey, but I just want the money. So when you say you break a bitch or take her purse, you know what I'm saying? What mental condition must she be in to willingly give it all over to you without question?
The same one that a wife get a joint bank account with her husband and put a paycheck in there, believe in his plan. I mean, it's a commitment that we're going through life together. It ain't got nothing to do with the government. What I want to talk about is we're talking about leading with this idea of wanting to have sex with a person. And we've been having sex with one another since the beginning of time. And it ain't based on that. You hear somebody talk about this sex thing, you get it out the door. You don't even address that. And what's natural going to happen is like what people want is a deal out of the situation. You want something, I want something. Whether it be conversation, stimulation, education, future, like male with resources. She wants to see something. You give her what she wants out of the deal. She gets your protection. And like when you're getting what you want out of the relationship, sex is just a byproduct. It happens. It's gonna happen because it's a natural reaction. It ain't based on none of those things that she says about. They go out the door. I'm just gonna show her the man that she never seen before, and she's gonna naturally want to have sex with me.
Why we always bring it to just sex? Simping means doing too much too soon by Chef's definition. So by doing too much, you can be giving up too much love, too many vulnerabilities, too many secrets, too much access to finances, too much access to sex, too much access to your mind, your time, anything. But the key being too soon, where someone hasn't earned access to those things.
And that's why I say traditional women, because traditional women by nature don't even think that they doing too much. They fall into line. They're already wives. They already are that. So when they meet a man that is everything that they needed through their small little vetting process, they wash the dishes, they clean the house, they respond to him, they look for his leadership. They don't go to the grocery store without him telling him what he wants.
So a traditional woman would fall into the category of voluntary simp, in your opinion?
And I'm saying if we're gonna flip simp to a female version, we got to take some things out, but it would more parallelly align.
They like to play the word pick me, but I don't like that word, so I don't bring it up.
Because like the simp is like you basically saying he's the woman in the relationship because she's in control.
Yeah, I don't like pick me. Pick me is a term that I believe it's a term that's normally leveraged by, and I'm gonna be careful when I say it. A woman that calls another woman a pick me, all that says to me is that that woman who's making the statement is not willing to do as much as that other woman is willing to do to be intentional enough to secure herself a relationship. So, because remember,
world word too. This
right? Pick me, straight up and down. To me, pick me is always used when you have a woman that's stating that she wishes to be submissive or is willing or wishing to be intentional in securing a man, and she's willing to do more than the person calling her a pick me.
That can,
we do that as well. Like, man, I ain't gonna do all of that. Hold on a second. At work, that person that goes above and beyond in order to get a promotion, who, in order to get the best hours, in order to meet their quotas, that the person that comes in early and leaves late, they always talk about that. The one that does everything, gets their stuff in on time, blah, 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 right? Guess what? What are we gonna be like? Oh, this motherfucking ass kissing ass dude. Oh, great! Now he doing all of this shit. Now we gonna have to work harder because he going and doing all of this to kiss ass.
That's because you don't want to compete.
Brown nosing, dick riding, all of those things. We do it.
It's because you don't want
within our dynamic as well.
They're afraid of the pressure. They don't want no pressure. That's all it is. They don't want to compete, so they created a term called "pick me." I was in high school, and there was these two girls. I had no girlfriend to my senior year, and really, I just did it on some ego thing. But it was two girls. One was El Salvadorian, and one was black, and they was friends with. They spent the night at each other's house, but they both liked me, and they both made it clear. But the El Salvadorian girl would get off at my bus stop and walk me home, and invite me to her parents' house for dinner, and eat every night, and stay on the phone. And the other girl was like, you got to come to me. I want you to carry my books to class. And what do you think I chose? What do you think I chose? It ain't about colors, it's about this culture. And that's why I say in this country, the culture doesn't exist like it does the rest of the world. They don't have no problem competing for what they want. You go to Asia, they're going to follow you down the street. Ain't no pick me. That's just lazy.
That's just lazy. Making fun of the person. We making fun of the person who's willing to put in more work than us.
Do what we want, right?
But exactly. Okay. Now we got another person that I'm about to be bringing up. He's a master. He knows how to he knows how to bag up the pick-me's. Hold on one second.
So,
Hey,
salute all the brothers in the chat.
That's all I need.
Look, I had to make you an expert or something, family. What's going on? Knowledge and relationships. M3, Mr. Best in the world, all of that. Let him tell you. Let me take this off the screen.
All right. Well, my name is, I go by the name of M3 from Knowledge and Relationships on my YouTube channel, which we talk about relationships. And look, I'm just like a student that just like, humbly ready to learn. But so far from what I gather, like as far as with this conversation, right? I'm just going to give you a spoiler alert.
And I'm bringing, before you go, I just want to bring up my professor. My professor. We need a flower up there. This sausage party ain't right now. We needed to estrogenize. The room like sage.
They about to have a whole panel.
Listen,
anyway,
hold on now. I can already feel the feng shui of this room changing right now. What up? That's my professor, y'all. If you see me getting a little smoother, better in this thing, yo, she really, yeah, man.
I need to get in touch with your professor because we was talking business stuff, you know what I'm saying, behind the scenes the other day. I need to get in contact with your professor.
Yo, son, when she drops that Patreon, people gonna be sleeping out front like Beyonce concert. But listen, I snatched the mic. I snatched the mic from M3. So I'm gonna let M3 jump in and then please pass that.
Before you do, this is just my small opinion from my small innocent life, and it has no dominion on anybody else's thoughts. We just having a conversation, so please don't tag me.
No, she's a gangster.
You guys is good. Like I'm not here to attack anybody. I just wanted to state my personal opinion to it. Because see, the thing is, man, like when it comes to, and I've been hearing like a lot of sex talk, so I'll break it down, right? The way how I look at it is like this. Women are the gatekeepers to sex. And men are the gatekeepers to relationships. And so
I humbly disagree, brother, but I'm gonna let you finish.
Okay. Well, that's why I stand on this, right? Because the thing is, women know what we want, what the majority of men want. And the fact is that we have like a lot of male simps that's out there. Yes, there are female simps, whereas like they'll do so much to try to get into the relationship, and it's up to man if he want to like play his cards or he wants to like actually pursue in a relationship. I feel like most men initially will like to be in relationships, but the problem is like not a lot of people could get the one that they truly want, and I think that's the part that people need to start being honest, right? Same thing for women. Women has way more options than like the average man could have. But the thing is, they don't have a lot of true options. They don't have like a lot of guys that they truly want that would be able to like, pursue them. And so,
options for though, you got options for what?
Well, you talking about for the women? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Have more options for sex or marriage?
I'm talking about, okay, so women have more options, right? When it comes, that's why I said that the gatekeepers of sex, they have more options when it comes to just finding some average dude. If they really want to, if they're really that horny, horny, right? They can find anybody to sleep with. But I'm talking about the true nature, the true core of what they're looking for. They're looking to be in relationships to hopefully get married and start families. And then that's the part where it's lacking because the guys that they really want, that they really like, are not really pursuing them like that because most of their men, they're already secure and they already have their own value. And so when you have other women that's pursuing one particular guy, then he doesn't really need, the motivation to be trapped into relationships. You know what I mean? Whereas the average guy doesn't really have those options like that. So that's why that's where the scarcity starts to create. And so a lot of guys, right, the reason why like we're so fast to simp and pursue almost every woman is because deep down inside, we can't get the women that we want. So that's why I'm breaking it down to it.
Disagree with that too, brother.
It's just a lack of game, man. It's just a lack of game.
I hear you, big bro.
Well,
You gotta let
I
bro
mean,
Claire
if you
speak
think
on
about
that,
it,
bro.
right?
He done had two disagreements.
Let me
What?
explain. Let me explain to you, brother,
Okay.
what I'm talking about. And so I disagree with you as women are the gatekeepers of sex and men are the gatekeepers of relationship. In my opinion, brother, just my humble opinion.
Okay.
Men are the gatekeepers of everything. They just are unaware of it. They've been misled into thinking that women have some type of control or power, and they have zero. The only power they have is creating sexual tension, by which the men have been conditioned to address that. That's all. You've been conditioned by this society to address any form of sexual tension that is presented to you. If you could discipline yourself to not do that, you'd be in control of everything. That woman could not do nothing but call on her knees and come to you and say, please get in a relationship with me. And you just have to pick the one you want.
God, dang,
That's how bad
bro.
it could get.
Hey, word
I'm
to
not saying
mommy.
it should be that way. I'm not saying it should
word
be
to
that way,
mommy.
but that's how bad it
Talking
could
about the
get
test.
if we all had the discipline that I'm talking about, brother. That's
Right.
why I'm
Okay.
saying that we've been led to believe that they are in control of something, but they're actually not in control of
We
anything.
living in a
They
time
just have
now.
the power that we've been giving them.
We just got a lot of softer males in today's time and more stronger minded women in today's time, and so it's just it's a reverse effect of the results right now, and that's why it's a lack of people being together with more game and understanding of your power. Your power to say that we can control the gatekeeping to sex. It's not by force. It ain't that it's mine. It's her body. But I know if I have a mental residence in her mind, I can control anything.
Okay,
Well, it starts by raising her attraction.
No, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Before we get too crazy, because we do have a flower in the room, right? And I
Yes.
want to let her speak, but I want to pose this question to her before she gets into what we're talking about here today. This is what I want to ask you, Colette. As the flower here in the room, as a female, as a woman, would you say that your attention is spent more on a man who you may not be interested in a man who you may not be interested in, but is interested in you? Or would you put more of your attention into a man who you're interested in, who is not interested in you?
All right. Before you answer that, I want y'all to understand, I got to do this plug. This is important for both of us, right? You see this on the screen right there? How to love men, excuse me. All right. Listen, I'm going to be on Colette's show, Over the Top WME, tomorrow from 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And she and I gonna talk that talk and try to unpack some things about how we as men, how we like or want to be loved. All right. And I'm not just an artist. You guys see I'm a model too. You see I actually pose for that. I just put a little filter to make me more chocolate and stuff. But there you go.
Stop it. Yeah.
Go ahead, y'all.
Oh, shit.
The sexy chameleon on deck.
Yes, that's Chef. Hello guys. Hey, 100 Watts, Victor, Mr. O, Miss, Brother Clarence. I'm sorry, and Knowledge and Relationship. Hi guys.
Your mic is
So you can't hear me?
It's just giving a little pop. It's a little loud. It's just crackling a little bit.
You turn it down a little.
Turn it down.
The mic.
Yeah.
Possible, yes. Just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Much better.
Tell me. Much better.
Let's get it.
Okay. So, so the question 100 Watts asked was, do I give attention to a man that does not give me attention, or do I give a man that I do not have attention for, but has attention for me? Is that correct?
Correct. Pretty much.
Okay.
That's the premise of it.
Okay. Because I always try to talk about marriage, I'm going to come from that standpoint, right? I'm going to approach it from I'm not interested in him, because then I'm looking at it more so for the fairy tale. Like, he's got to hit all these boxes, like, oh my gosh, I'll have too much of a list for him to check off, instead of me looking for the foundation, right? Okay, he's interested in me. I will grow into loving him, even if I'm not interested in him, because only and only if the foundation is there of him being a husband. And to be honest, that's kind of how it happened. I could speak on that because it's kind of how it happened with my husband. Like, I was not in love with my husband when we got married. It was just that it was a definite, lots of boxes was ticked as far as him possessing the man that I saw already for him to be a husband. He already possessed that. So did I have butterflies and oh my gosh, was everything like, oh my gosh, it was like a dream come true? No, but for the foundation of him being a husband and a good father, that was there. And then I grew into loving him because I put in the work to love him. I made it, I made that because I wanted the relationship, the marriage to work. There was things that I intentionally made sure I did. And with that came love. Will that work for everyone? I don't know. It depends on how you, how I feel. It depends on how you value marriage. Do you value marriage as something that I need to be in love with that person? I need to be head over heel? Maybe that will work for you. But for me, no. I don't need to have, I don't need to have that attention, to be head over heel attention for you. You just need to have that attention for me, and that will be the foundation. So does that kind of help?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you, and I like what you said, and you were smooth enough. I don't have any hard feelings. Like I said, hold on one second. Oh, somebody listening to you black in the background. I know that voice anywhere. So listen, I like what you stated, and in terms of, and I appreciate you sharing, you know what I mean, how you and your husband started, because a lot of people, even though they may have started that way, will try to sell the dream of, the butterflies and the dude rolling up on a white horse, Prince Charming. So I want you to tell me about that, right? Because we're talking, and it's good, because we talk about, can women simp? And sometimes some women, what they call pick-me's, right? We kind of, because we're getting almost to 9 o'clock, and I knew it was going to get there. I was just waiting for the word to come out. Pick-me's, to me, is almost what the way men will call us simps. If we move in a way with too much affection towards a woman, we'll be called simps. And if the woman moves with too much affection or creates change within our life to become a better wife for a person, the sisters call them pick-me's. So now, in terms of you, I want you to talk about the willing, because you knew he was that dude, but then also you were not a married woman at that time. So there were certain things that you knew that you were going to sacrifice in order to be a real part of this, right? I want you to talk to me about the willing sacrifices that you made in order to make sure the marriage happened and to maintain it.
And for context, okay, would you give ages?
When I met my husband, I was 23. We got married, I was 24. Wow. My husband is 6 years older than me. So that's different.
From a two-parent home?
No, I did not come from a two-parent household. I'm Jamaican, so I actually was not born here, and I did not even come here. Huh?
I'm sorry. I thought I was still on mute. I was speaking out loud. I thought I was.
He said, "What style?"
So yeah, that's a long story, but no, I actually didn't come here with my mother. So no, not a two-parent household. My husband as well he did have a 2-parent household, but not raised there because he's also from Jamaica. So his parents came here to America, left him in Jamaica. So he was pretty much raised by a village, uncles, grandparents, and so on and so forth. So when he came here, only stayed with his parents for a little bit because it was foreign to him. Like, who are these people? So, and needless to say, yes, it was not a 2-parent household because he wasn't raised with them. So both of us pretty much had to teach ourselves what does marriage look like? What does it mean to be a wife? What does it mean to be a husband? And we're still learning. It's 11 plus years in, and we're still learning. Okay, so that's another part that people don't talk about. You're still learning. So the question you asked, what were some of the things I had to sacrifice? I think off the top, there's so much, but
I'll
I had
speak
to
for you. I'll
Yeah,
speak
go ahead.
for you in terms of the times that, in terms of working with you
Mm-hmm.
and communicating with you. One of the things I think is the sacrifice of your time and your schedule as well, because I noticed if you're going to speak to Colette, she's going to be on deck at a certain point in time. She might hit you around 7. If you catch her in that 7-ish, be up to catch her there. If not, no, 11, somewhere between 11 and 1. After that, don't look for her. Leave her alone.
Right.
Even
Right.
that
Yeah.
in terms of stream and all of that. So that time management thing, I see.
Yes. Yes. I'm glad you said that.
I want you to talk to them about that.
You know what? I'm gonna give you one better. Something that people don't even talk about. Maybe not in marriages, but even in relationships. How about the dynamics of working with the opposite sex? I had to sacrifice that, and my husband and I had to learn to navigate that. Before I met my husband, I had my own business, and here in Atlanta, Chef might know the Jamaican Jerk Fest.
Of course.
So,
you talking about the Grace one?
Yes.
Yeah, my brethren Leroy, he actually won it 2 years in a row. Leroy Pennant.
Yeah. Okay. So I actually was working with some promoters behind the scenes. I was supposed to be up on to doing that. So opposite sex. My husband did not find to, was to, didn't understand it. You guys are men, you territorial and don't believe in you. How could you work with another man? Like, he's not gonna see you as he's just wanting to hit it. He's just, playing it cool until he could hit it. So that's how my husband had to explain it to me. However, after a while, he saw that you cannot trust them, but he could trust me. So as long as I operate in a certain way of, I'm not going to put myself in a certain position to where anything could go any other way, that's all he's going to have to trust. And also understand that this is my dream. Like, I had this dream before you. So if you're going to stifle my dream, that means you're going to stifle this marriage, because part of who I am is being an entrepreneur. So we had to work that out. And also, I had to come to a realization that he helped me understand. He helped me understand to look at things as not as naive when I'm working with the opposite sex. To really look at, okay, maybe this guy is just trying to sweet talk you for a little bit. And he was right. Some of them is trying to sweet talk you. Okay. Okay, well, you need to move a different way. So I had to sacrifice that, working with the opposite sex. I had to sacrifice friends. And it's not to say that I threw them away, but as you guys know, once you get in a relationship, your relationship comes first.
Okay.
And go ahead.
So
go ahead.
You are very balanced, and I know you are, right? So now I got to sprinkle some jerk spice on you right now, right?
Right.
So look, We as men, we recognize our need to provide protection and provision and be the prophet, priest, and king within the dynamic of that family, right? But even when we're making decisions, there's decisions we may have to make that we don't want to make. And we do when we get in those moves like, damn, I don't want to do that, but man, I got to man up and do it. I want you to tell me, if you can, about the sacrifices that you made that troubled you, the ones where it's like, because remember, we're talking about simping versus love, and can a woman simp? So have you, because we got to, you know, some of these folks want blood, right? Did you ever feel yourself in a position where it was like, I don't know if I could sacrifice this. I don't know. Even if you may have ended up sacrificing it afterwards, were you ever conflicted about having to sacrifice for this person and not wanting to give something up or not wanting to do something you didn't want to do for the sake of the love in that marriage?
Oh man, every day. I'm just playing. But no, for real. I mean, not everything has to be so to the power 10. Like, oh my gosh, I gotta sacrifice this. But yeah, every day it's a let me see. The last one was, I'll tell you a real life thing, because at the end of the day, this is the internet, guys, so I'm not going to be giving you my whole business. But I will try to keep it as vague as I can so we could get the point. The last thing was we were deciding on selling our house because I felt that us being in Florida was a better move for us. It was a better business move for him, and so on and so forth. He did not feel the same way. But I saw a better opportunity for him business-wise, right? I saw it, and that's the thing, when you're with someone who loves you, they could see your potential more than you can sometimes. And you are...
I got to replay that sometimes. Say that one more time, please. That's one of those capstone statements, foundational.
That when you're with someone who loves you, they could see your potential more than you could see yours. And sometimes, because you can't see it, and they're trying to get you to that.
You choose your mirror.
Huh?
That's the theory. The theory that I state, that you choose your mirror. The person that you choose, you're also choosing what reflects back onto you, because how that person sees their perspectives and what they see, they reflect that vision back onto you. So they're going to help you. What we all know the thing. Hey baby, how do I look in these pants? That person that you have, they reflect back, and it's going to be very important what kind of mirror you choose. Your mirror. That was one of the theories. It's a chefism. But go ahead.
Yes, you're correct. You're correct. So long story short, he did not see what I saw, and I had to eat it. You know why I had to eat it? Because it wasn't his turn. It wasn't his time to see the vision that I saw, that I knew he had, right? And
that's big. That's big what you just said right there.
Yeah,
it wasn't his time, even though you saw it.
It wasn't his time. Yeah, it wasn't his time, and it's not to say that he's not going to see it.
Do y'all know how young he was thinking like this?
It's not to say that he wasn't going to see it, but it just wasn't his time, and I had to be patient enough to understand that even though, listen, we've made it this far, we are continuing to grow, and we will grow. Maybe it's not his time this year. Maybe it'll be next 5 years, but I'm here until the wheels fall off. So I had to eat that. You know, that was a sacrifice. And it also, I wouldn't say held me back, but actually I had to say, you know what? Well, I'm not going to be able to do what. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Take a minute.
That's what we call it. That's what I call the beautiful noise.
This one? Yes. So, what I was going to say. So that was a sacrifice. So in a marriage, you sacrifice your career, right? You sacrifice your career for the better good. And it's not to say that you're not going to accomplish it then. Maybe you're going to accomplish it next season, and you're going to be better for it. Yeah.
Tell the women again, don't put your career over your husband. That's what you said?
Don't put your career over your husband. No, absolutely not. Never, never. And that's the point. Husband, keyword, not boyfriend, not fiance. Husband. You guys move as a unit.
How are you able to make these type of like wise decisions and move like that at 23, 24? Like, where'd that come from? You don't meet girls that young that see life that way.
Right.
Okay. Like I said at the beginning. Okay. One second.
Yeah.
Take your time. You good. Yeah, man. I'm glad Colette, well, she's taking care of the little one. I'm glad she was able to come up because she's a person that actually helps me in terms of organizing my thoughts in this YouTube thing. In the meantime, while she's managing a household as a mother and doing
okay, guys.
things.
So yeah, let me see it real quick. So like I said, every day you're learning, right? But you have to make sure you continue to put in the work because we're feeling that okay, our purpose is bigger, and that's what I talked about on my show. I said building a legacy. When you get to that higher frequency of saying, okay, this is not just a marriage, you're building a legacy. So in building a legacy, you're like, man, I gotta move different. I gotta think different. So I gotta put in the work differently. So in that, I'll give you an example. When my husband and I had a disagreement the other day, I felt I was right. As a matter of fact, I was right because he came back and said I was right. But that's not the point. We had a disagreement. But at the end of the day, we call each other every day, 11 o'clock. He always calls me every day. We catch up. We do a check-in. We talk. I called him the next day and say, hey, how are you? How's your day? You need anything? He thought I wasn't going to call. He thought I was still upset. But the purpose is bigger than that, right? I had to put my feelings aside. And I had to say, I don't care if you're mad at me. I'm still going to call you. I'm still going to check in on you. I'm still going to say how you doing. And we're going to get past this. So how did I learn it? I just continue to put in the work and learn from others. Just the same way how you guys might put in the work on your work, at your work, you continue to develop your skills. I do the same. Read different books, watch different people, ask questions because I want it more than the next person. That's it. It's just work. Just put in the work. It's not that hard in the sense of.
And when Colette's done, I'm going to let Truth go and then miss the best in the world. So go ahead, Colette.
Yeah. So it all just comes down to how hard you want it, right? And are you going to? I kind of want to answer the question about the simping thing too. Are you guys factoring if these people are entering these relationships without having any self-confidence, like other than wanting to gain affection? Why are they lacking self-confidence? Are they hurt in some ways? Maybe that's why they're simping.
Yeah,
are you guys putting that into the equation?
Oh, so this was just a question. Hold on one second. It was just a question for you guys to chew the meat, spit out the bone. It was a question for you guys to have. I'm going to kind of expose my idea about it closer to the end or in a few minutes. But it was really for you guys to chop it up and see who agrees, disagrees, and the variables that you guys see from it.
I said Simp was pretty much an underdeveloped male, so that would fit into what you were saying. I guess it'd be a broad way of saying the same thing you said.
All right. True.
There's a lack of something that hasn't developed, and yeah.
All right. Truth, talk to me.
Right.
Truth.
What's going on, family?
What's up? What do you have to weigh in on this?
Colette, those were some dope points. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. So I saw the question, but kind of what y'all was talking about kind of went like left. I mean, but not left, but went into a different direction. So you re-elaborate what we're talking about, Chef, so I can make sure that we're on the same page.
Yeah, the question was the initial question pretty much was, can a woman simp? And we were talking about the different kinds of things that women considered, that was considered simping on the woman's side. They talked about pick-me's, and then we have a successful mother, homemaker, YouTube content creator that's able to juggle these things, that has a successful marriage as well. And she was giving her pieces on the sacrifice and all of the stuff that she's done to make to have her marriage and to maintain it, right? So the question for you, because we're going to be wrapping up soon to lead into the conversations with King Channel. So my question is to you: can a woman simp?
Okay, so we're going by the actual definition, which is usually reverted back to a male, right?
Right.
Yeah, we're going by this definition here, just as a point of reference for you.
I've been waiting for this one.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure. Yeah.
Let me get these banners down. I'm going to take these banners down so we don't cover the faces. All right. So, oops. There we go. All right.
No, I was just making sure. Yeah, that's pretty much the definition. So, can a woman simp? I mean, we will never use it in that term, but yeah, I mean, I've had it happen to me. So I mean,
yeah, elaborate.
When a person goes out of their way to do something extra, knowing daggone well the end result of it is going to be the same. They're not going to get what they want out of it, or what their expectations of them doing the extra behavior, the extracurricular activities, giving you monetary, convenience, any of those things, the end result is still the same. Most of the time when a female, if you want to say she's simping in a direction to try to get you to be hers. At the end of the day, unless a guy's going to open that avenue to say, okay, look, yeah, I'm going to claim you as, my significant other, if we're talking about the girlfriend and boyfriend thing. But it's not going to go her route. So in that regard, if you flip that over to a male, it's the same thing. He goes out of his way to try to get some box. But the end result, he's not getting nothing. The guy that's not kicking out, he's the one smashing her every night. Especially the females that, when they be saying, oh, I'm single, but they got the regular that they hitting every day. They still got their regular. So vice versa. Yeah, female can simp.
All right. Appreciate that. Best in the world.
The thing about, I just want to say the thing about Colette, I just want to tell her I appreciate everything she's doing inside of her marriage. I appreciate the type of woman she is. I need that example. And, thank you. Thank you for being beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to need you to cam up one of these days. He's
dangerous. He's dangerous. Oh, damn. What happened? Where's he at?
I got you.
I'm here.
Okay, I see you. So, yeah, Truth, this is the different Truth. We cracked the shell. Now you're getting the soft yolk. You know what I mean? We got the new Truth, man. Truth is truth. My dude. So, best in the world. Best in the world. What's good, man? You ain't spoken in the morning, fam. Talk to me.
I know. What's going on, family? What's going on?
Chilling.
Having me on. M3. What up, M3? Woo!
What up, Mr. Best?
Listen. Meanwhile, look, those are homeboys, so they in a different room in the same crib right now. Don't let them fool you.
I know.
Okay.
WME, it's always great to see you, sister. Blessings to everybody on the channel and on the platform right now. Bro Clarence, Mr. O, Just Vic, Truth, everybody. Shout out to all y'all. Can a woman be a simp? And of course, you, Chef, you already know what it is, bro. Definitely family first, man. Thank you for having me on. Thank you for the invite too.
All day.
You know what I mean? The thing is I think when it comes to simping or somebody doing something for someone, I think it's basically based on that person's perspective, if they want to do it or not. Because at the end of the day, we're all adults. You know what I'm saying? So own decisions. You know what I mean? And they're liable and they're free to make their own decisions, and they should have to make their own decisions. You know, we may not agree with it. We may feel like that person is being taken advantage of. But if they want to be in that situation, then that's what they want to do. I learned that firsthand, you know, through family members who want to be in abusive relationships to ones that want to be in healthy relationships and want to be in between or be by themselves or be with a dog or whatever, or a cat or whatever. Now, I mean, at the end of the day, I think especially in Western culture relationships, I think what the sister spoke of, you know, Sister WME, what you spoke of, I think that's, you know, I love the communication style that you and your husband have. So I definitely want to commend you on that. But the thing is that nowadays in Western cultural relationships, unfortunately, that communication is not happening. You know what I mean? What's happening is, you know, is the, you know, a lot of times it's men versus women nowadays, and people are out for themselves and out to do whatever they can to get what they want or what they need or whatever. You know what I mean? And unfortunately now, you know, it's no longer, you know, where, as she was talking, where they have communication, everybody understands their roles, this, that, and the third. It ain't like that no more. You know what I mean? The women out here trying to snake, the men out here trying to snake, everybody after everybody is cutthroat. You know what I mean? Unfortunately. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it is at this point, in most circumstances. So I wish things could go back to how it was 30, 40 years ago, where communication was key. People, you know, did their roles, men provided, things of that nature. But yeah, that's kind of, I ain't gonna say it's over, but it's just rare. That's what I'm gonna say.
Guys, you mind if I ask a question? Oh, can you guys hear me? Yeah. Okay, let me ask you guys a question, right? Is it wrong to display like a high amount of affection towards a person that eventually will reciprocate back towards you? Now, the reason why I'm saying this, right? Because I mean, it's obvious that you are a simp if you're going out your way for someone who don't really value you as a man or as a woman, and yet will still string you along, you know, just because you're providing that type of attention, you know, or you fill up their need. But if it's natural for you to like just to be affectionate, and you find that person that likes you for who you are, and you're still going out your way for that person, even though that person is not giving up the box, well, let's just say for men, even though that woman's not giving up the box yet, but she still has attraction for you, will you still be labeled as a simp?
I mean, you know, I'll answer the question first. I mean, like, you know, and I'm always throw my famous quote at the end. I think Chef know what I'm about to say. You know 2 and 3. I'm gonna throw it at the end though. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, there's no problem with that, but you always got to watch out for behavior and body language. Mm-hmm. Behavior and body language, and actually, matter of fact, behavior, body language, and what they say. All 3 of them have to add up, and then you have to hold them accountable to all 3 and responsible. You know what I mean? So there's nothing wrong with somebody showing affection, or, you know, somebody being affection, or you showing affection back. But is that person, why are they showing affection back, and why are you showing affection? You know what I mean? So that's where your behaviors come in. That's where the body language comes in. That's when the communication comes in. You know what I'm saying? And all the 3's got to match up. If all 3 don't match up, then we have a problem, a big problem. And the thing is too, with men, we have to start really watching female behavior. Another time, oh, okay, they cool, or they flowers or whatever. You know, we can kind of look at them in an innocent way, but nah, they savage out here too. They savage. You know what I mean? You know, and as I always say, Chef, watch who you stay with, and watch who you lay with. You know what I mean?
The likes up.
I'm gonna get a T-shirt with
Get
that.
some likes up. Pay that tuition.
How long are you in this when she's not sleeping with you, but you still investing your resources and time with her?
Say that one more time.
How long is she not sleep? How long have y'all been together where she's not sleeping? Like how long are you waiting when you're investing your time and resources into a woman.
Good question, Mr. O. Exactly. There needs to be a time limit. Yep. Good question.
No, that part I do agree. Like, it should be like a time limit because you don't want to feel like you're being strong alone. But
What's
if
too
there's
long?
like
Yeah, hold on. Oh,
Yeah.
cause remember, we're gonna be rapping in the next few minutes, so I want to make sure we get everybody to make their lucid points, because there's no way to, even in 4 hours, we wouldn't be able to unpack this whole bag of luggage, right?
We're gonna be going live on my page after the ladies is done tonight.
Oh, they got the pre-show on the ladies' night. They actually do the pre-show at around when that show ends at 11. So
yeah, I'm going live tonight. I ain't been active in a couple of days, so I'm going live tonight.
All right.
What's your page? What?
Yes.
I'm
Earning My Stripes podcast.
I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Put it in the chat, and I'll put it up there. So,
100 watts.
wait, bro, Clarence, we can't hear you. You're on mute.
I got a question, brother. So, if like I was saying before about the man controlling the issue, controlling the whole situation, even being able to control the level of his reacting to the sexual tension, he can control the whole situation. But if he keeps reacting, that was my point about saying we as men have been conditioned to react to sexual tension on commercials, on whatever type of TV shows, movies, whatever. We've been slowly.
You can't sell nothing without selling sex.
Exactly. So therefore, we've been conditioned to react to high sexual tension. But if we start having the discipline to not deal with, not react to that, and just deal with it, then we can control the situation, and nobody won't be no simp, because they either be on your program or they won't be on your program. They're on your program or they're gone. Well, I look good and I got all these options anyway. Okay, you go ahead and
bro, Clarence, I didn't know you was red pill, bro.
Clarence, I just want to say, like, from what you had said earlier,
we got to start wrapping this up, because we got to wrap before 9, y'all. So let's make some closing statements, because remember, I got to tie this up and cook a little snack at the end. So, bro, Clarence, you dropped. Mr. E, you dropped it. Best in the world. 100 watts. I just put your stuff in there. So you jumping on at 11. Colette, we're gonna give you one more of these, because also this got me in there, and I'm learning how to be narcissistic, successful. All right, y'all see, this is me with my Derrick Jackson mask on, in a chocolate filter. But all right, tomorrow at 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Over the Top at WME on YouTube. I already put it in there, and I'll put it again.
I'm gonna listen to y'all while I'm changing my brakes tomorrow.
All right. It's gonna be smooth, so be careful.
Chef, M3 is gonna do the closing statements for me, because he is knowledge in relationships, so he's gonna do the closing statements, but I'm gonna just be here.
All right, so say your piece, M3, and then I'm gonna let Vic touch, and then I'm gonna kind of tie this all in. Go ahead.
All right, no problem, man. And thank you, Chef, and thank you, Best in the World. So I already put like the link in the private chat. So, Chef, if you want to feel free to post it in the public, you can. But yeah, feel free to tune into Knowledge and Relationships. We stream on Monday, Thursday nights, Saturday nights as well too. Some days we stream on Wednesdays, when we have our live interviews. And most of the times when we stream is 5:30 Pacific time. So out on the East Coast, that's 6, 7. That's 8:30 Pacific time. Sorry, 8:30 East Coast time. So yeah, feel free to check us out and subscribe.
My man, appreciate you. Who that?
Go to my page.
It's true.
Yo, talk to me, Drew.
Yeah, no, I had a question about what we was talking about earlier.
Yeah, we can, bro.
I'm
wrapping it up. I have to be finished at 9.
Come see me at 11. We got it. Come see me at 11. We got it.
So just come back through at 11 o'clock, and you'll see what it is. So let me do this. And then I'm gonna send folks on their way. But it's important that we keep this thing as lucid as possible, bro. Simp. Internet slang behavior where a person, it usually male, is excessively deferential, engages in flattery, or does way too much for a person they like. Way too much. I believe that simp is pretty much a bullshit term. It's a term that someone uses on someone else who's actually willing to put in the work that we are not willing to put in. And what we do is create a certain level of disdain for that person because they're putting in the work that we don't want to put in. When we create certain labels for people, we tend to create certain negative labels and connotations on people that we sometimes psychologically may feel are better than us in a certain way. And in order for us to feel better about ourselves, we have to psychologically bring them down, and bring them down, even though we may want the same exact thing that they do. Does way too much for a person that they like. Why did I put that one up there? Here's the last piece. I'm going to show you why. We talked about a certain word. Here we go. And here it is. Oops, wrong one. And here's the word. See it? Two. To a higher degree than is desirable, permissible, or possible. Excessively. It's excessively. It's all subjective, y'all. It's all subjective, man. So I say all of this to say that simp word is bullshit in my book. It's all subjective. And what you, in order to understand the validity of it, pay close attention to the people that are leveraging it. All I believe what simp is, that's just the male version of pick me. And it's only going to be certain people that are going to leverage that term against you. It's the people that ain't willing to do the shit that you're willing to do to get the same thing that they want. Can a woman simp? I don't believe in the term. I know a woman could show love. But that person that we all consider simping would never say that they're simping. They never. Remember, different people have different attachment styles and different love languages. So go check out the 4 agreements about love languages or Google it. But it's been a pleasure working with each and every one of y'all tonight. Truth, Victor Freeze, 100 Watts, my professor Colette over the top WME, Mr. O is just living, constantly flexing in the mansion, my man M3 with 1 million backgrounds, and then Mr. Best in the World changed that avatar up now, no more Kyrie. I see you over there. Yo, it's been real. Everybody jump over to KWK Conversations.
Peace to the garden.
Peace to the garden.
Come see your boy at 11, man. Earning My Stripes podcast. Fuck
right.
One time.
Holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. And we are out. I'm going to leave it open just to play a little music for the people that want to chat for a minute before we jump over. But it's been a pleasure, yo. Subscribe to everybody on here. You see the names. Boom. Oh, we out. Peace.
Club phone jump, it's the weekend. Dream come true with the big friends. Hitting on doors, that's a defense. Rolling with all, that's the offense. It me change, you let me peach. With a bull shaking to my maybe drop bands. Today on buy and I say, today on buy you the kid play. Baby, tell me what you want. Julian, I know you need fun. Ever since remember we been knocking at the door. Y'all be moving paper, we be running up the school. Y'all before that pill that we was sleeping on the floor. West side Africa, you know the shit ain't cool. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Bobby, baby, come roll with me. All night long. As times relax, my mind's relaxed. I got now from who got next. Here's my number, just send a text. You got a man and she responds, nah. Okay, show enough. I'ma let you go, don't wanna hold you up. I'ma call your phone when I put it up. Whoever let you go must be dumb as fuck. Wait for, girl, you so fine, I'll pay for. Fly you first class to the lake for. Body so blessed, I pray for. Body so blessed, I pray for. Because I don't care what you say. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Vibing, driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Vibing, driving all night long. Why they gonna kill it? Night long. This the part where you get your girl, nigga. Make sure she focus, nigga. Make sure you focus, nigga. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, hit it. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Vibing, driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Vibing, driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Vibing, driving all night long. I don't care what they say. That's a hit for your ass, nigga. Hit for your ass, nigga.
All right, bro. Peace.